All right. Welcome back to another reading. Now, this is a pick a card type reading. What you're going to pick is an object. In fact, we have the apple or we have the strawberry. Now, look, let me just tell you this. The oracle cards in general are the same as these things. Why do I say that? Because an oracle card really is just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper with some images on it. Ooh, look at that. Perfection. It's some images, fruit on this. Oh, isn't that interesting? It's got images and it's got word on it, okay? So that's all an oracle card is. So there's really no difference between me reading the oracle card to you with this spiritually channeled reading message or me reading the apple card to you, we reading the spiritual message that comes in for you with the apple. And this is the first pick a card for you. If you've selected the apple, this is your reading. Here it is. So what are we looking at? Oh, let's start right away by realizing there's this little vine on top. Now, what's going on with that? That means that we want to remember that even though the world is pretty heavy, it's connected by this thin little vine, our thin little connection to the stars, the source, the universe. That we, our big old life, our relationships, our work, our well-rounded life, our relationship with our family, look, we're going to the grocery store to buy food, all of the things we do all day are connected to this little strand of our innermost self, our consciousness, our awareness, our spirit. Isn't it true that no matter where we are on the globe of our personal world, right? This sweet, sweet fruit of life that keeps changing and ripening as we communicate with our friends and as we communicate with our boss and as we communicate with people on Facebook, as we keep shaping and going around our life, it's all being centered on that conscious space, right? Your observation space is always with every aspect of your personal life. And that's the first message with the apple. Now, the second thing is, whoa, what? Oh no, what happened there? Look at this. Look how easy it was for me to sever that connection. Now, what's that all about? So sometimes we forget that we are a conscious awareness, a spiritual awareness, an I am that I am inside of a person's life. Because really that's what we are. We are that light of God, source, universe, living inside of a personal life called you. And the good news is that it doesn't get severed just as easy as I pulled that vine out of the apple. No, not at all. But that is a symbol of us being able to pluck down and detach from the things that happen in our personal life. We don't need this connection so much. It's almost wireless. Instead, we can go up into our meditative space. We can take some time out of the world of our relationship or out of the world of our time with our children, as a parent, out of our world as our worries about money or our concerns about money. We're not really worried about money. We're telling stories how money and us are friends, how abundance is coming into our life, how life is sweet. Life is sweet. As we are living our life, we can detach from that. We can unhook from that and go and have some grounded meditation, some pausing and breathing, some little bit of self-care, take a little bath, go for a walk, stare at the stars, go fly a kite, take a drive in your car. You can detach from your personal world that you are so enmeshed into and get some peace and relaxation. And that is that temporary severing of that cord. Then, the other thing about this apple, the reading that you chose is, let's take a look. What do we have down the bottom? Sometimes when we look underneath things, we find stuff that we didn't notice. Now look, you don't notice it around the apple. It's like red and it looks like this shape and you're holding it like this and we're usually eating it like that. But we never really look at the bottom of the apple, do we? Look at that shape. So what this is saying is it's a reminder to look at things from different angles. This looks like wanting to look at other people's perspectives on stuff, right? Because we might miss something that we could find useful. This looks like asking your children, asking your spouse, asking your neighbors, asking them what they think about things, asking them for their opinion, for their opening for communication is asking another about their opinion. Ask them to share their point of view on something and just listen to it. You don't have to agree with it. No, you don't have to really even like that you're hearing it. Instead, you can just witness it. Witness it and see what happens. Oftentimes, when other people share the part of the story that they see, that they bring, they're bringing a unique variety of a perspective that we don't have in that moment. And that can help expand our well-rounded life that we want to be living. Now, one more thing here. If people are sharing their side of the story and it's a rotten side, at least rotten to you, you can simply mirror back to them what you hear them saying. If you mirror it back or reflect it back calmly in your own words, then you won't take on any of their negative associations, their negative definitions. You will gently show them that you understood them, and then you'll have a chance to be able to speak creatively back to them, but in your own words. Let me show you. If somebody says, I'm a big football fan, and soccer and baseball suck. People who play soccer and baseball are terrible. Now, of course, your kid is a soccer player, right? So you're like, when they say that, you can simply say, when they say, football is number one and soccer and baseball suck, you don't have to fight with them. You don't have to take that on. You don't have to attack them. No, not that you would. You'll remain calm at their disturbing description about something your son or daughter does with soccer or baseball. And you will simply reflect it back to them, what they're saying, but in your own words. When they say, baseball sucks, you'll say, what I hear you saying is, you favor football over all the other sports. They will say yes. If they say football is the only way to go, anybody who puts their kids in baseball is just crazy, you can reflect back to them, you're a mom or a dad who put their kid in baseball. You don't have to attack them. You can reflect back to them and say, I can tell that you feel very strongly that football should be the only sport played. Yeah, boom. They're going to feel that understanding you gave them. You're not going to feel like you were attacked. There's going to be a little give and take, a little space where you're free, but where you are creatively reflecting back what you hear them saying. Then, my friend, you're going to realize a lot more, because then later on that day, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, somebody else is going to come up to you and they're going to reflect back to you what you're saying. They're going to show you that they understood you. They're going to give you that same space that you gave to your neighbor who thought football was the only way to go. Yeah, boom. Thank you for being a part of this reading. Make sure you're eating up on your spiritual food. Yeah, it's so goody, good. All right. Now, if you picked element number 2, what is element number 2? It is the strawberry, a little bit of spiritual food. You chose the strawberry for this reading, right? Because remember, this is a pick a card reading. This is number 2. And what is this? It's the strawberry. Now, let's take a look and see what we're going to see. Now, remember, oracle cards, I could read an oracle card to you, right? Boom. I could read an oracle card. The oracle card is just images and words, right? And the same thing with the strawberry. It's really just an image and a word, strawberry. But there's other words really associated with this, aren't there? Because when you see the strawberry, you see more things than just strawberry, right? You see the word fruit. You see the word sweet, right? You see the word red, right? You see the word green. See the word stalk or leaf. Look at all the things that make up the strawberry. Now, this is what your reading is really about. It's about taking things and going a little past the face value of it. Looking a little deeper at the parts and the components that things are made out of. Now look, in your relationship with other people, there is a multifaceted collection of things that are happening, right? Now look, you know this. It's all departmentalized or compartmentalized in different threads and little different pieces. For example, there is a relationship you're in, you have a morning, a noon, and a night section. Let's look at it. What happens in the morning? There's certain things. Is there breakfast? Is there coffee together? What are you doing at breakfast and coffee? Are you talking with each other about your dreams at night, or are you both scurrying off and doing your own things separately? Now, neither of those are bad things. Some days you want to have time apart. Other days you want to have time together. Are you being someone who's moderating their life? Are you mixing these elements together to make them feel so right? And what does it mean to feel right? It means to have beautiful, inspired, whoa, easy emotional expressions with each other in a relationship so that it just feels like the two of you are growing healthy and ripening together, right? Yeah, so this is the first message is really, just kind of take a look at this wonderful little strawberry of the relationship that you have been fortunate enough to be in or to to want. If you're someone who wants that relationship, you want to consider what it would look like in the mornings together. And you want to invite some of the different components of that throughout the week. You don't have to have a regular pattern that you do every time because that feels a little too rigid. Look, the strawberry's not rigid at all. It's very flexible. Whoa, no, we gotta be careful we don't push too hard on it either, or else it starts to fall apart. That's another message for you in a relationship, any relationship with children, with family, with yourself, even with yourself, significant other, whoever. We push too hard, we can break it, or damage it. Now, we're not too worried about that though, because sometimes we have to cross a boundary in order to know that there was a boundary there. That's that message coming through now. And the only way to do that really is to just not walk on eggshells, not be all cautious like, oh no, I better be careful of crossing a boundary. No. You kind of know what you should or shouldn't do in relationships about how you treat others because, right, you're only going to treat people the way you want to be treated. The golden rule, treat others as you would have them treat you. And by going by that, then you're in general going to be doing things that are life affirming and that are relationship building with other people. Now, what might happen though is as you're being your exuberant, light expanding, fruitful, ripening, changing and growing self, just like the strawberry, you're going to then get into a ripe place where you've plucked some new fruit from the tree of your inspirations, your inspired living, your feelings and doings and wantings and knowings. And you're going to want to present that or act on that in some of your relationships. And sometimes when we change, right, and we act, then we change the shape of the relationship. Ow, something's hurting. I'm being forced to change the way I see things. I'm making a mess by accident. I don't mean to make a mess, but if I'm going to change the shape of things, sometimes there's going to be a little bit of, not really tears, but not really sweat, but not really blood, not blood. But tears and sweat are part of it, aren't they? Yeah, they are. When we are growing and changing and evolving, we sometimes have to do some hard work, and that does feel like sweat off our brow, where we have to be patient with the other person, or we have to be calm and take the extra time to explain ourselves, to let them know our true feelings, our true thoughts. Well, let them know about how their behaviors are impacting us and how we want to invite new things into a relationship. And that can feel a lot of like misshaping, okay? But just know this, that your relationship is so sweet always. A strawberry is always a strawberry, even if it's all crushed up and it looks like jam that you're spreading on toast. So that's another message through the strawberry. Now, the other thing we want to know about this is that sometimes we have to shed some tears of joy of gratitude, not just tears of sorrow. One easy way to shift a relationship is to just look at the other person and really appreciate it. Be like, you know what I love about you, strawberry? What? You're so cold right now. Ooh, and it's warm out and it feels so good to have a little cold strawberry in my hands. Oh, strawberry, you're so unique with all those little dimples on your face, all those little dimples in your cheeks. Oh, I just love the way you look. Oh, when we compliment others, when we see genuinely things about them, I love the way your hair just stands up. It's so bushy like that. What? That is so nice, especially for me. I don't have any hair. Hey, strawberry, you look pretty cool to me. Bang, bang, bang. What? Now look, when we compliment others or we tell them or reflect towards them the strengths, the light we see in them, we are bringing up an emotional exchange of tear-like, joyful yummies, tear-joyful, sweet, dripping fruit juice, right? Out of us. And that's the best way to shift and change a relationship, is to shower it with gratitude, The other way to do it is to yell and scream at it, bam, 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 ow, and then it just bleeds. And that's not what we're gonna do. So, this message has been loud and clear. This little strawberry was what you came here to hear. And oh, doesn't it look just like a little heart? A heart, the heart of that beautiful relationship that you have with yourself, with others, with your significant others, with your family, with anybody that you ever meet and come in contact with. There is a type of love that's happening, right? Whether it be an intimate love, or whether it be a friendship love, or whether it be a big overseeing agape, godly love, that heart is really what's at the center of everything that we say, do, and be. So, I hope you enjoyed the spiritual food that was presented in this pick a card type video, and I am glad that you get to feast on this world from that spiritual space of everything really is beautiful, wonderful, and happening to nourish you. Oh yeah. Yeah, take a bite out of life, friends, and live the brightest way you can. So good. Subscribe to this channel. Yeah. Go ahead and leave me a comment below. What? Let me know. Let me know anything that's on your mind or what you're feeling when you watch these videos. Select that bell so that you get notified when any of the videos come out. I am so grateful that you are here. You guys are the ones who give me a reason to press record. Yeah. Take care. Have a great time. See you tomorrow.